$49 a month for a brand new spanking iPhone. You can drive home this brand new vehicle for $499 a month. Lock in your dream home for an affordable monthly payment. We see these advertisements and these words everywhere, and they sound harmless, comforting even, because who doesn't love the idea of something that fits neatly into our monthly budget and within our monthly paycheck? But here's the truth. Affordable monthly payments is one of the misleading phrases in personal finance. It makes something feel affordable when it actually costs more than you realize. Thank you for tuning in to Sisters for Financial Independence. My name is Catherine Agupchan, and here at Sisters for Fi, I cover money topics to help you get better with your money. In this video, we are breaking down why the monthly payment mindset is a trap, how much it's costing you in the end, and how it shows up in your car loans, student loans, mortgage, and so many other things. Let's start with why monthly payments are such a trap. Companies know that if they show you the total cost and the total price, you will likely think twice about buying the item. But if they show you a monthly number, $25, $299 a month, your brain is going to go, oh, that's not so bad. When companies show you a small number first, that is called anchoring. It is a psychological and marketing trick to shift your focus from the big, larger amount to the tiny amount. You stop thinking in thousands and start thinking in tens, and that makes it affordable to you. The result when you sign up for these monthly payments is that you end up signing up for years of payments, and it feels manageable on a month-to-month basis, but it can rob you of future long-term savings and investment. It's the illusion of control. You feel in charge because the payment seems small, but really you have committed your future income to that monthly payment. Unfortunately, the monthly payment isn't about making something affordable for you. It's about making the lenders earn more money from you. Let's talk about the psychology behind this. Affordable feels like safety. Its definition is inexpensive, reasonably priced. And when you buy something that's termed affordable, it feels like a smart financial move. But affordability on a monthly basis doesn't mean affordability in the long run. There is a time and a total cost component when it comes to affordability. Unfortunately, the way that works is that the smaller your monthly payment, the higher likelihood that you will be paying that debt for a longer period of time. And this means you will be spending more in the long run. Now, I think we can all agree that a monthly payment feels controllable. It can feel reasonable to us, and it's easier to digest mentally than that one-time upfront cost. But that illusion lulls people into complacency. Yes, it might only be a few $100s a month, but when you think about it, that you'll be paying that for months and years, it basically robs you of your future income and the ability to save and invest for the long. Now, a big reality too when it comes to monthly affordable payments. You might be able to afford it for the first month. You might be able to afford it for the 12th month. But there might come a time where you cannot afford it on the 13th month. So you have to think about the time horizon and the long-term play of these monthly payments. What happens on the 14th month? What happens for the rest of the months where you need to continue these monthly payments? It's also super important to be honest with ourselves. 60 months is a long time, and it can be hard to predict what will happen months from now. So could you, at this point in time, say that you will have the money months from now to pay off this monthly payment? There might be other obligations. You might lose a job. You could have a government shutdown where you're not going to get a paycheck. So you need to start planning for this. And this is why the monthly payment can be a dangerous trap for a lot of people. I think it's also important for us to address the factor of instant gratification. We live in a world where we tap something and we get it immediately. And of course, we all deserve nice things, but at what cost? we have to be careful about wanting things immediately and not waiting. The world of instant gratification is putting a lot of people and households in a tight predicament where they're always saying yes to things instead of waiting and saving for it. And when you combine this with all of the monthly payments people are committing to, it can lead to financial disaster. Here's where things get real. When you see a monthly payment, there's a lot buried underneath it. These things often go unnoticed until it's too late. So let's pull back the curtain and see what's underneath affordable payment. First is interest. When you sign up for a loan, especially for long-term loans, you likely will be paying a set amount each month. And unfortunately, for the first of your payments, most of your money is going to interest, not the principal. So it is a very slow slog to get down the principal amount. Let's take a look at an example for credit card debt. Now, credit cards work a little bit differently because the interest does compound daily, but I do want you to understand what happens if you don't focus on increasing the monthly payment for your credit card balance. Say we have a credit card balance of $5,000. Our credit card interest rate is at the average of 24.36%, and we are able to put $150 per month towards this balance. Now, when we calculate it, it will take us 57 months to pay off this debt. That's years and years of paying down $5,000, and you would have paid $3,427 in interest. Now, if we just put in an extra $25, so say now we move our monthly payment in this case to $75 to recalculate, we've now lowered our months to pay off as well as saved in interest. So it's super critical for you to look at your payment per month, and if you're able to increase it so you can get out of debt much faster. If you don't understand how credit card interest works, I want you to check out this video so you fully know how it's calculated and you can start using your credit cards differently. Let's take a look at cars. In 2025, the average interest rates on new car loans was around 6.5%, and the average monthly payment for new car loans was $745. And in order for many folks to afford their car monthly payment, they are stretching their payment term from 72 to 84 months. That's years of your life paying for a car that has already lost its value the minute you drove it off the lot. The next hidden cost that you'll want to look at, aside from the monthly payment, are all of these fees and add-ons. You will see this at the bottom of your paperwork in fine print. You will see things like origination fees, paperwork and documentation fees, late payment penalties, balance transfer fees, or those skip a payment offers. All of these are costs that are not part of your monthly payment, but something that you will likely have to pay upfront or when a transaction happens. And all of these fees can sound small, but they add up quickly. So my husband and I were in the market for a new car this past summer, and when we looked at all of the fees added up to thousands, an extra $6,000 when all was said and done, and that was not included in our monthly fee. So you have to consider that as part of your view of the total cost of what you are buying. Now, unfortunately, some people might borrow to cover these fees, so that will increase your monthly payment. So again, you need to look at the overall total cost of what you are purchasing to ensure that it's truly affordable to you and it's within what you can cover today as well as the next few months. Another cost that's rarely mentioned is depreciation. Now, when you buy something today, you can try to return that item and you might be able to get the full price that you paid. But if you wait a little bit and try to return that item, likely you won't be able to get the full price. And it happens for a lot of things. But the biggest thing is cars. Many of us buy cars, drive it off the lot, and that item has already depreciated in value, which means you are unable to sell it at the price that you bought it. Many households, unfortunately, right now are underwater with their cars, which means they have taken out a loan for their car, have spent months paying it down, but unfortunately, the value of their car is less than the amount they owe for it. So they are underwater with it. And unfortunately, what also happens is that many households are rolling this negative equity. They basically are taking what they owe on their old car and putting it in the new car. So it feels like they're taking two loans, one for the new car and still paying off the old car that they no longer have. This is how the car industry keeps you locked in. You're always making monthly payments and you continue to be in debt. The other hidden cost that you want to look at is the opportunity cost of your dollars. Now, you can do a lot with the money that you earn. You can spend it, you can pay off debt with it, or you can invest. And when you are constantly on this monthly payment cycle, that means your money is tied up to other things that carry on interest. So your dollar isn't doing as much. And this means you are missing opportunities to grow your money. Alternatively, if you are not putting $500 towards a car payment, what could you be doing with that money? Could you be investing it in the stock market, or it could grow over time and help you have a full financial cushion later on in life? And the last hidden cost that you want to look at when it comes to these monthly payments is the emotional cost. When you have a bunch of these monthly payments in your line item, you lose options, you lose flexibility, because each paycheck that you earn has already been designated to these debts. Additionally, there is a mental burden when it comes to managing these monthly payments. It takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on your partner. It probably takes a toll on your relationships together. So you want to assess if all of these monthly payments are worth it for you as a family, for you as a household. What can you eliminate to give yourself some breathing room? So how does one break the cycle of the monthly payment trap? The good news is that it is possible to get out of this cycle, but you do need to take some concrete steps to get there. The first thing is to stop asking, what's my monthly cost, but start looking at the overall cost of your purchase. Not just the monthly payment, but the fees on top of it, any other transaction costs that you'll need to account for. That way you can see the full picture of the total cost of what you are buying, and it can help you rethink if that cost is right for you. If the cost is too much, you might need to downgrade a little bit. Maybe go to a lower tier car. You might not be buying that more expensive house. You might want to shrink your needs for the time being so that you can actually make this purchase truly affordable for you for the total cost and for the long. The second thing that you're going to do to get out of the monthly payment cycle is to paying more towards your minimum. You need to get out of your debt fast. That means sending any extra money that you have to your lender so that you can get the balance down and finally get these payments off your budget and get all of these things paid for. Now, it can be hard to see the impact of $25 on your debt, but there's a tool out there called Vertex 32. It's free and it allows you to see and visualize how $25 or an extra $100 can do to your debt. I have a walkthrough of that spreadsheet, and I'm going to recommend that you check that out here too and start popping up some of your numbers so that you can see how quickly you can get down your debt by sending in those extra payments. So of course, now that you know that you don't want to be paying monthly payments ever, you want to start taking proactive steps to put money aside. Just as you are able to go on a monthly basis paying these monthly payments, you also need to start saving money on a monthly basis so you can start stacking your cash and be able to pay for your purchase in cash, or at least a good portion of it in cash, and not taking on debt. One of my favorite ways to do this is to automate your money. Put $25 a month, $100 a month from your checking to your savings accounts. That money leaves your checking account and you don't have the opportunity to spend it on something that you don't even remember. When you pay a lump sum in cash, you spend your money differently. You get more creative, intentional, and thoughtful. Next is to avoid rolling over old debt. Do not take yesterday's balance and transfer it to your new balance. That will mean you will be paying your debt for a longer period of time. Pay off old debts before you take on any new ones. And of course, Pause before signing. You are not obligated to buy anything with just a conversation. Look at your paperwork, spend some time reading the fine print, reading the fees that are going to get added on if you miss a payment, if you do a balance transfer, if you do other things to your loans. Read to make sure so you understand it, so you know the full picture and the full cost of your purchase. And lastly, I would recommend looking at the annual costs. I know that monthly payments will seem affordable because it is within the range of how we get paid on a monthly basis. But try to tally up your payments on a yearly basis. Are you satisfied with that number? And if that number is too much, then it's time to do something about it. If this video has been helpful, give it a like and share it with a friend. For other resources to help you with money, these books can help you teach money to the next generation, and this one is especially written for young adults. All links are in the description and off of Amazon. So the next time you hear the words affordable monthly payment, remember it isn't just about the monthly payment, but about the total cost of your purchase. And you also need to start thinking about the time horizon for your debt. What's affordable today might not be affordable tomorrow. And make sure that you do not go into default for all the years that you have your debt, because it will cost you more in the long run. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to Sisters 4-5 for more money content. And to help you with your other money goals, I want you to check out these 2 videos right here. And thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next video. Bye.